All right, let's see what Tim Field has by way of his first pass. 14.25 meters, and the latest indication that I've had so far on Damir Filaretov indicates that he has a zero buoy count from our officials on 10.75 meters. So a bit of a shocker there for Damir Filaretov. And we're looking at Germany's Tim Field, who's tasted some measure of success here on this site about 12 months ago among our elite athletes in the U17 World Waterski Championship. Okay. So it looks like a further update from our scoring system, and Damir Filaretov is confirmed with half a buoy at 10.75 meters. As we see Damir making his way back towards the dock. He has an improved overall score based upon slalom. Question is, how much of an improvement has he made by scoring 1 full buoy more than what he did in the previous round of eliminations? Tim Field, he's gone through 14. He's now going to attempt 13 meters. Now Tim Field won at 10.75 meters in the previous round to this one. Looking good, keeping everything flowing beautifully from one side of the course to the next. And Tim Field achieving the unique distinction of becoming the one and only male junior masters competitor this season to win all 3 events, slalom, trick, and jump, and naturally the junior masters boys overall competition, the only skier to have ever won all 3 events at the Junior Masters at Callaway Gardens in the early part of this season. In May there in Pine Mountain in Georgia, pulled behind the Nautique towboat towards victory. And for those of you wondering about Nautique, they recently released the 2026 new model of the Ski Nautique towboat. It's an award-winning and world record-setting towboat that's revolutionized the 3-event world. Learn more about this legendary model at skinautique.com. That is nautique.com. And folks around here continue to have the opportunity to take a test ride behind that brand new, reimagined 2026 Nautique towboat. All right, Tim Field. Entrance number 1. Skis in towards the handle. In each instance, beautifully skied from one side of the course to the next. Doesn't get much better than that. 14, 13, and that is 12. That is Tim Field. All right, so we've just seen an update to the overall score for Damir Filaretov. Not enough to vault him up from 4th into 3rd, but it does close the gap between himself and Vincenzo Marino. Damir Filaretov with 866 overall points, Vincenzo Marino on 901. So about 34 or so points separating Vincenzo Marino and Damir Filaretov in that battle for the last podium position in that event. Tim Field still very much head and shoulders above everyone else in the overall competition as he continues to ski. He's got 11 points ahead of Tim Field, who we saw who we're seeing on the water right now. He jumped a little over 59 meters in the men's jump final yesterday. Oh, look at this. Tim Field at 11.25 meters. Not the prettiest looking pass that you'll ever see at that line length, but keeping everything moving forwards. 6 at 11.25 meters, and now that puts him within close proximity of Damir Filaretov, who scored half a buoy on the next pass coming up, 10.75 meters. So looking at this replay once again, doing a grand job there, almost taking a big old shoulder charge off number 4 to stay ahead of the turn to come afterwards, which was number 5. He scored 1 on this line length yesterday and can extend his lead in the men's overall competition with an increased score on this upcoming line length. Let's see what he has. This is Tim Field. There's number 1. Does he get outside number 2? Yes, he does. Continuing to roll here. And blows the tail there on the buoy number 3. But it is an increased score, and only serves to extend his lead in the boys' overall competition, as well as setting the new standard in the men's slalom final. It is a 2 1/2 at 10.75 meters, 2 1/2 at 10.75 meters. But look at this on buoy number 1. Good snap of the line round number 1, and early as you like into number 2, but almost overturned on 2 and completely overturned on number 3. Giving him a total of 2 1/2 at 10.75 meters. 2 1/2 at 10.75 meters there for Tim Field. And that puts him on exactly the same overall point total in slalom, 901.79 points. And that gives him about 26 more overall points. As he continues to open up a huge lead in the overall competition. He was at least 120 points ahead of Jake Abelson, who